What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Tammy. This is Tammy Talks. We are here to talk Ready to Love Season 8, Episode 7, Meet the Exes. This season is going by like fast, but slow at the same time, right? I feel like I didn't even realize we were down to just like the last 5 men. Hey, hey, whatever. So, before we get started, if you're brand new to the channel or if you are a returning viewer that is not yet subscribed, y'all go ahead, hit that subscribe button, thumbs up the video for me. And then, as always, hop in the comment section, y'all, so we can talk about everything that happened in this episode, all right? So, it starts off with the men's lounge. So, like I said, we're down to just 5 guys: Phil, Chris, Quentin, Maurier, and I put Phil twice. Herbert. Okay. So Tommy lets them know that the women are going to be meeting their exes this week. I've never liked this exercise. Because for them, it really depends on your relationship with your ex. I feel like some of the exes come in and they only want to talk about the very, very worst parts. And then there are some exes that come in and it almost seems like they want to get back with that person. I rather you like meet the friends and the family. I think meeting the exes is a very, very odd exercise. But let's start with Maurier. So Maurier is meeting, or he has the ladies meeting one of his exes. I didn't write down any of the exes' names, y'all. But he has Jessica and Janelle and Sierra. So Jessica and Janelle are going to meet this young lady together. Sierra's going to get a separate meetup, which I thought was kind of interesting. So when they come in, Jessica arrives there first. And then we see Janelle come in. Janelle looked a little taken aback. Excuse me. I don't think Janelle thought that she would be having to share like this like group meetup date, but she looked like it was cool because she likes Jessica, so she was cool with it. So his ex said that he needs a woman that's gonna have a sexual appetite. Are you able to keep up with him? Are you able to hang? And both Jessica and Janelle kind of looked at her like, why would you be bringing that up? Jessica said that that's not a topic that she will be walking down anytime soon. So she doesn't want to talk about it. In her confessional, Jessica felt that the question was inappropriate. She doesn't want to talk about what she plans on doing or her sexual appetite, her sex drive, whatever, with this man that she's like group dating's ex. I felt her. I felt her. I was with her. Like, why would that be a question? And I know that Maurier like prefaced that to get her to kind of ask that, but like that's something that Maurier should have had a conversation with Jessica and Janelle privately about one on one. I didn't think this was the best scenario to have that conversation with them. So she then offers to pull a tarot card, y'all. Okay. I have nothing against tarot. I wouldn't want one pulled on myself either, just because I don't want to know. I don't want to know the unknown. You know what I mean? So for me, that's not something that I would want to have pulled either. But the way Jessica and Janelle both reacted, Maria, you couldn't have thought that this was a good idea. Why? Like, you couldn't have thought that this was a good idea. I refuse to believe that you honestly and truly thought this was the best way to handle this. So Janelle said, nah, you can't pull one for me, but you can pull one for them. So Jessica allows her to pull the card for her, but you can tell that she wasn't exactly like into it. So she pulls the amethyst card. Janelle then said that she don't want pagan things in her space. Okay, she said that she does not want to date anybody that dabbles in the occult. You have to respect that. Right? I am a Christian, baptized and confirmed. Do I want to date somebody that's super deep in the tarot and stuff like that? No. No. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person, but I was with Jessica. Me and my household, we serve one God. Okay, so I just kind of feel like Maurier, this was not the best idea. It wasn't the best idea. I don't know why he thought that would be okay. So when the ladies leave, he feels like he might have just crashed and burned. You did. You did, in case you were wondering. So we then have Quentin. He has Lee and Janelle. Y'all, Janelle met with almost everybody. Janelle met 3 exes, okay? So we have Quentin with Lee and Janelle. So again, I think Lee in this moment felt that she was kind of blindsided by meeting with, someone else. So his ex asked them about the kissing. Have y'all kissed? They both are like, we're dating multiple people, so no. Janelle feels that, by the time we get to that next phase where we are going to kiss, it needs to just be the two of us. It needs to just be the two of us rocking together. I don't want to take that, go to that next level when, because I don't know who else you're kissing. I always say there's mono, there's strep, there's viruses going around. I don't blame them. If I know that you out here kissing on other people, I don't necessarily want to start kissing on you either, right? So his ex then talks about, why they broke up. And she said that he was content being single. She wanted exclusivity. I promise y'all I can talk. She wanted to be exclusive. I think I looked like my hand was not on the home row when I was typing the word exclusivity. So Quentin said that, he did have a problem with that. And he was like, it's something he's working on. But then he was like, I even went ahead and ghosted Lee the other day. And I was with Lee. Why would you say that? Why would you even say that in front of Janelle? That was the thing for me. It's one thing if you're talking to your ex about it and Janelle wasn't there and it's you, this other young lady, and Lee, I think her name was Brianna. That's one thing. Okay? Talk about that there. I even ghosted her, something I'm working on. But to say that in front of Janelle, who you might not have been ghosting, that makes Janelle feel like or look like she has the upper hand, and that might not be the case. I didn't like that at all. Lee felt the way about it. So Lee is like low-key embarrassed, and she goes mute for the remainder of the date. So after they leave, Quentin's talking to his ex, and she's like, Lee just kind of faded away. And he feels like, well, I don't want to date somebody that is going to shrink and not be able to kind of hold their own when there are other people around. And it's like, you kind of embarrassed her though. It's not like she just shrank because her personality didn't yield her to, still keeping something going. You embarrassed her. That's why she shrank. So we get to Chris. Chris has Aries and Jessica. I'm surprised Jessica is still an option for Chris, because if you want somebody to be a little more softer, I feel like that's either somebody's personality or it's not. I feel like it's either a woman's personality or it's not. Some women are softer, some women are not. It's not a bad thing either way, but if that's what you're looking for, Jessica is just not that girl. So Chris noticed that his ex's energy shifted the moment Jessica walked in. He was like, she came in all loud and whatnot, and she did. She did. So his ex said that the reason they broke up is she didn't want to be a forever girlfriend. So that was why they broke up. Chris was not ready to settle down. It is amazing how majority of these men, especially on this cast this season, the reason that they have broken up with their previous out of their previous relationship is because they're not ready to settle down, or they're not paying enough attention, or they're like, the stuff that they're doing are very basic things that happen in the progression of a relationship. So like, why are y'all on this show? I don't get that. So you just woke up one day, I'm ready to settle down. I don't think it works like that. I don't. So his ex said she didn't want to be a forever girlfriend. And he apologizes for that and said that that is the space that he was in at that time. So his ex points out that Chris needs constant support. Constant. She feels that your whole day might be just supporting him. It might be, hours on hours. It might be the full day, but he needs constant support. And she said that she was in full servitude to Chris. I was with Jessica. Nah, it's a no for me, dog. I have no problem supporting my spouse, supporting my partner in whatever he wants to do. But my full day, my entire life is not going to be spent on doing all of that solely for you, and I'm not getting any support or, comfort in return. So Jessica said that's a big problem for her. And I think in that moment, the way Jessica reacted, that was the moment that Chris was like, yeah, this is not going to work for us. So we get to Herbert. Herbert just has Janelle there. Janelle, they talk about like wanting kids. So Janelle said that she doesn't know if she wants to have children, but she for sure wants to be a parent. Now, Janelle is 41 years old. And it's not to say she cannot have kids, but the older you get, the riskier it is. So she still wants to be a parent. We know she's passionate about adoption because she herself was adopted. We found out last week that she was adopted at 6 months old. So yeah, so she doesn't know if she wants to have them herself. But I want to be a parent. I want to adopt a child for sure, for sure. She also said that she wants to be engaged by either the end of the year or top of next year. Y'all, if y'all know, when was this show filmed? What time of year? What time of year? Because if the show was filmed top of the year, sure. But if it's like July, like June, July, sis. So once they leave, Herbert's talking to his ex, and she's telling him, Herbert moves slow. So she's like, she has this, aggressive timeline. Herbert said he wants biological kids. He wants to shoot somebody's club up. I feel like, Herbert, you too old to be talking like that, but whatever. Herbert and Janelle are not going to, they're not going to work. They're not going to work. And I need them both to stop trying to make fetch happen. But neither one of them are going to work. They just don't seem compatible. He's not contacting her. Remember, she mentioned that he's not reaching out to her. He's not talking to her. They just don't seem compatible. They don't. So we get to Maurier again. So he has Sierra on this date. He thinks that Sierra is more of a homegirl. He doesn't know how that would translate into like a relationship with her. Is she able to go from we're homegirls into like my girl type situation? So Sierra gets there. Did y'all see her confessional? Why was she wearing them jeans as a shirt? Hated it. Hated everything about it. Hated everything about it. So Sierra is saying in her confessional that she kind of has an issue with her current guy being friends with his exes, because it makes you wonder, what are y'all doing? His ex asks point blank if she's okay with him being friends with his exes, and she says she doesn't know if she's okay with that because it's gonna make her wonder. Maurier is like, there's nothing going on with us, nothing, and it's like, y'all do have like some energy, Maurier and his ex, and he did mention missing out on stuff with her. So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like none of these dates with the exes went well at all. We get Phil. Phil has Katarina, Aries, and Kira. Why was Kira there? Why was Kira there? So Aries meets the woman separately. Her name is Amina. Now Amina was white, or was she very fair skinned? But if Amina was white, then Kira's I think you only date white women radar is off. Because she was so focused on Quentin when Phil is the one dating a white woman. But Kira Kira, I'll start with the one with Aries. It went great with Aries. She asked Aries about like physical touch, and Aries is like, he's good with that. You know, his hand is on my leg underneath the table. So Phil wasn't big on the physical touch aspect, and that's kind of why him and Amina broke up. What she was telling to Aries, they just weren't compatible. Now Kira and Katerina met her separately, and she was telling them that they broke up because they didn't know where they stood. There was no physical affection. You know what I mean? So it very quickly went from we might be dating to now it's kind of like we're just homies, we're friends. So it wasn't like a friend zone per se, but it was something, right? So Phil said it was because he was dealing with a lack of work. So I forgot what he said he does, but it depends on like the season. So because it depends on the season that they are in, he was missing out on work. Kira was like, "Oh, is that something that happens often for you?" That was a very nice, nasty way of being like, "So you can't keep no job?" That's what it felt like to me, at least. So he explains that to her. It didn't look like she really bought it, but she was like, "Okay." So Kira points out that she prefers a man that does not have kids. So Phil said that that is a pink flag, so he's gonna back off. It's been time for Kira to go, to be real. I don't think Kira is connecting with any of these guys either. I just don't think she is. So we get to the men's lounge, and the guys are all meeting with Tommy, and they're talking about how everything went with their exes, and who their exes would have picked for them. So Quentin said that his ex picked Janelle. Herbert said that his ex asked Janelle. Maurier said that Sierra might be his only hope because of what happened, but he said that he feels that Jessica is his connection. I mean, if we're in terms of the tarot card situation, Jessica was more open to that than Janelle was. So Janelle flat out shut it down. Jessica was at least willing to get the card read, whether she like really wanted to or not. So, I think in that situation, Jessica would have been the better match. I can see that happening. Chris said that his ex said that Jessica is a hard no, and he said that he has been disintegrating from Jessica. I said, oh. Well, we knew that because she said that you weren't reaching out to her. If a man likes you, he's going to call you. He's going to text you. He's going to try to get, he's going to try to see you. He's going to try to communicate with you. Phil then said that his ex picked Aries. So basically, Sierra Lee and Kira were like at the bottom. So they go out on the dates. Chris takes out Sierra and Herbert takes out Kira. I said, who are y'all leaving Lee there for? Quentin is going to end up with Janelle. Who are y'all leaving Lee there for? So Chris and Sierra, so they talk. He lets her know that the guys want her to be more vulnerable. Ultimately, we think she's ready to love. You just got to open up more. Sierra said that she realizes she needs to do more to let the guys know that she just ain't the homie, that she is there for love. She has to like strengthen her connections, okay? But then we get Herbert and Kira back at the bottom. I feel like Kira has been at the bottom at least 3 times. Girl, let that tell you something. So the guys are concerned about her not wanting to date a guy with kids because majority of them have kids. I think the only person left that doesn't have kids was Quentin and Herbert. Quentin ain't rocking with her, and I don't think Herbert really likes Kira that much because he clearly didn't try to save her. So she said womp womp. The guys keep saying the same things over and over because the black issue comes up again. But just for Maurier, you don't have to keep saying that. We get it. Like, y'all are not a connection. So I just kind of feel like, but whatever. So she finally gets sent home, and she said that she She's relieved. She doesn't think that her match is there. She is ready to love, but she doesn't think that her match is there either. And it's not, sis, and that's okay. Kira is going to find her somebody, right? Everybody on the show is going to find them somebody, just not somebody else on the show. That's all that was. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. What did y'all think about Maurier's ex pulling out that tarot card? How would you have reacted? I don't know if I would have wanted her to do it, but I don't think I would have had the reaction that Janelle and Jessica had. But let's talk about it down below. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, thumbs up the video. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.